Surgeons of Reddit, what's the weirdest object you've had to remove from someone's butt? I wasn't the surgeon, I was the patient's family doc, and took care of him in the hospital for his short stay after. He had a cue ball get stuck. Not sure exactly what he thought would be the way to get it out. We had a lot of trouble getting it out. The conversation of the surgeons trying to come up with a way to get it out was pretty hilarious. A guy walks into a bar with his pet monkey. He orders a drink, and while he's drinking, the monkey starts jumping all over the place. The monkey grabs some olives off the bar and eats them, then grabs some sliced limes and eats them, then jumps up on the pool table, grabs the cue ball, sticks it in his mouth and swallows it whole. The bartender screams at the guy, "Did you see what your monkey just did?" The guy says, "No, what?" "He just ate the cue ball off my pool table, whole," says the bartender. "Yeah, that doesn't surprise me," replies the patron. "He eats everything in sight, the little jerk. I'll pay for the cue ball and stuff." He finishes his drink, pays his bill, and leaves. 2 weeks later he's in the bar again, and he has his monkey with him. He orders a drink and the monkey starts running around the bar again. While the man is drinking, the monkey finds a maraschino cherry on the bar. He grabs it, sticks it up his butt, pulls it out, and eats it. The bartender is disgusted. "Did you see what your monkey did now?" "Now what?" asks the patron. "Well, he stuck a maraschino cherry up his butt, then pulled it out and ate it," says the barkeeper. "Yeah, that doesn't surprise me," replies the patron. "He still eats everything in sight, but ever since he ate that cue ball he measures everything first." I'm a vet. Dog had eaten a whole roll of poop bags, the plastic baggies people used to clean up after their pets on walks. They unspooled in his gut and spread from stomach to colon. His owners realized what had happened when he started pooping out bags, and brought him in through ER. My coworker went in to cut him, and the scene she described was hilarious. He would intermittently strain a little, and poop out a little section of bags. Someone would tear them off, and he'd be okay for a bit, then poop out some more. Like he was dispensing them for himself. He did great after surgery. Was this a Labrador Retriever? Sounds like lab-level idiocy. He was just trying to please his owner by pre-bagging his own crap. Sure was. Endotech here. Had a guy come in with a capped section of PVC pipe filled with mercury because he liked the sloshing when he jerkin his turkin. Had to call in hazmat, and security had to be called when he became violent because they wouldn't give the mercury-laden pipe back? And mercury was important for the experience for some reason? Incredibly dense liquid makes for some good sloshing. Crap man, just stick some custard up there. Guy claimed it had the most pleasurable sloshing. Apparently this wasn't his first slosh. ER nurse. I've seen baseballs, loads of dildos, cans of soda, vegetables. There should be a public service announcement about using dildos in the bum. It needs to have balls, or some sort of base so it doesn't get lost up there. Women's vaginal dildos don't need them, as there is only so far it will go. A doctor I worked with once told a man, "It's okay if you want to put things in your rectum. You just have to use the right things." Without a base, without a trace. Edit. Holy moly, I missed all the notifications on this post. Full credit to Jordan, Jesse, Go's annual Anal August Awareness Campaign. If you like it, then you should have put a string on it. Years ago my nurse wife told me a man had an apple removed from his butt, but I never understood how this could be possible. I often think about this but have never asked her for more details. I'll ask her over the table at Christmas dinner tonight. Disappointing update, I didn't ask her at the Christmas dinner. There were small children around and everyone was having a nice time. It didn't seem cool to bring it up. Also, no one else started any butt stuff related conversations, providing an opening for my inquiry. I asked her today but also told her about my post on here. She didn't feel comfortable sharing the details with you guys, so I guess you'll just have to use your imagination. Someone posted about a similar situation and suggested they had possibly worked with my wife. Based on the details in their post, I am sure it was a separate apple/butt incident. An enormous silicone butt plug which broke off at its base inside the patient. It was shaped like a soft cone on a stalk, with the base at the bottom. Had to remove it in pieces. Also, an Orangina bottle 2 years before this butt plug. Would you have grounds for a lawsuit if a sex toy broke like that? I'm not going to buy a butt plug, rip the base off and pop it up me bum, but I do wonder. I'm imagining this happening between a couple, and the first moments and facial expressions of the plugger and the pluggy, the latter staring at the plugless base in their hand. When I worked in the ER, we had a guy come in with a 6-battery Maglite stuck up Main Street. The funny part is that it was inserted bulb out and it was turned on. So we laid him down prone and the doc spread his cheeks, then the room lit up like he just cracked open Marcellus Wallace's briefcase. I suppose the light does shine down there. Edit, Merry Christmas to me with that gold. Holy crap, I haven't cracked up like that in a while. Nicely written. Back when I was an ER tech, we had this guy come in with a full-size bottle of VO5 shampoo up his butt. Of course he said he fell on it in the shower. You could clearly see it on the x-ray, it was pretty spectacular. The best part was he knew exactly what needed to be done to get it out, suggesting that this wasn't the first time. He asked for conscious sedation and for someone to pull it out. Well, the ed doctor tried that, then tried to manually get it out with forceps, and was essentially elbow deep in this dude, but couldn't get it. He had to go to the operating room to get it taken out. I bumped into the surgeon a few days later and asked him how it went. He joked to me that after we knocked him out, I grabbed a plunger out of the bathroom and got it out that way. But then told me all he had to do was stick some suction up there till he felt it connect, and then slowly pulled it out. According to the surgeon, this guy never presented any sort of identification or insurance card, and demanded to pay his entire bill before he left. Usually takes some time for bills to get finalized. He paid it completely in cash, and then left via a taxi. Bloody hell, I feel like if you're that much of a pro you could attach a string to it or something in case it happens again, haha. Maybe getting it yanked out in the hospital is part of his kink? I suggested why not teach him about using something with a flange, or connecting a string to it? They told me there'd be too much liability because we'd be saying it's okay to put stuff up there. Oh, it was in a very behind the times town, lol. Guy probably didn't even know butt plugs were a thing. Or if you have the cash to pay for a surgery like that out of pocket, you could invest in an ASF for $5,000 that won't get stuck up there in the first place. He wanted this exact scenario and it panned out, laughing my butt off. Not a surgeon, but, wowie, do I know a lot of cases involving falling on things and other such excuses. Here are just some of the things I know. A Buzz Lightyear action figure. A Barbie doll. Plaster of Paris. They wanted a mold of his colon. Instead, it had to be cut open as it was glued shut by the plaster glasses, the sight kind jewelry, mostly necklaces. A cucumber which, after proclaiming he fell over in the garden naked and landed on his cucumber patch, still had the Tesco wrapper on it. A light bulb. Finally, on a rather dark note, if you're a fool who slips something up their black hole, 'cause the butt sucks things in disturbingly well, they can't retrieve, please, for the love of God, go to your doctor. People have died due to toxic shock due to this crap. A guy here died of it in 2 weeks due to having a dildo stuck up there and never went to his docs. Your pride can recover, but you can't recover from death. A Buzz Lightyear action figure. That guy had a friend in him. Son of a doctor here. My dad removed an entire peeled sweet potato from someone's colon once. He swore that he had just slipped and fell on it. Maybe he was just cooking while naked. He peeled the potato, put it on the floor so he can get something from the fridge, and whoops, just slips and falls right on the potato. You effed the raw chicken, didn't you? He did. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. He effed that raw chicken. It wasn't peeled when he shoved it up there. So I was peeling a sweet potato naked, and you'll never guess what happened next. 1,000,000 to 1 shot, doc. 1,000,000 to 1. We received a patient with horrible pain that felt like constipation. He couldn't poop and laxatives weren't helping. We soon found out that the blockage wasn't just constipation, it was a string of beads several meters long that had become tangled into an ugly ball inside. I had to snip it apart and carefully pull pieces of it out. When most of it was out, his butthole became a rocket engine with diarrhea as the propellant. Does this mean you are a rocket surgeon now? Please doc, you got to help me. Something's wrong with me, but I'm sure the dozen of anal beads I crammed up my ass has nothing to do with it. Always avoid telling your doctor something embarrassing, so they have to run a bunch of possibly invasive tests only to discover it on their own. But hey, chicks dig scars. Edit. Well, this blew up unexpectedly. 2 things to add. First, you don't have to be gay or bi to put things up there, your nerve endings don't care. And 2, if whatever it is so large that they can't get it out through the available hole, a surgeon won't hesitate to create their own through the abdomen. If the object is in danger of ripping the intestines, surgeons prefer to do the ripping with a scalpel. I live by the idea that you don't do anything you wouldn't want to explain to the paramedics. Or try to at least. I hope you was able to get away from the explosion in time. No, not even close. The bedpan caught most of it, but my scrub was hit hard. It looked a lot like an web link. I'm eating right now, so your link staying blue. I'm on the can right now, so I'm giving that link a go. Edit. Yup. Pretty much what I had anticipated. Glorious. I'm not a doctor, but my cousin is a colorectal surgeon. She's dealt with at least 2 people who've put light bulbs in their butts. Out of all the household items you could think of, why would a light bulb seem like a fine idea? Edit. If I see another bright idea comment, I'm going to shove a light bulb up my own ass. I'm in med school and have talked to a bunch of ER docs. We've determined that no one starts with a light bulb, they've just successfully retrieved every inanimate object prior. This makes a lot of sense. It's like the unbeatable last level in a video game lol. Because instead of the light bulb going on above their head, it went off in their ass. That happens when you have a great idea what you should masturbate to. It also happens when you have a crappy idea. Either this man has a light bulb up his butt or his colon has a great idea. We don't have a lost and found box. We do have an ass box. MD, but not a surgeon. On my surgery we had to remove a mini Nerf football from someone's butt. He kept apologizing and saying he wasn't gay. Later, the attending surgeon told us that it's always the straight guys coming in with stuff up their butts and they always try explaining that they aren't gay. I always love when they come up with a convoluted story about how the FB got there. One guy told me with a straight face that he was getting inside his car, naked, and he forgot there was an avocado on the seat. It's always an accident, they always fall onto it laughing my butt off. Everyone knows they did it for stimulation, but as professionals you have to pretend they are being serious. It's Nerf or nothing. He should have just kept shouting that and only that till it either got removed or he got a sponsorship deal. Football up the ass. Gives new meaning to the term wide receiver. Definitely not a tight end. Not anymore anyway. Neutral zone infraction, 5 yards. Always the straight guys coming in with stuff up their butts and they always try explaining that they aren't gay. It's because the queer ones know not to shove things in there they can't get out. Seriously, you don't have to be into dudes to enjoy some prostate stimulation, but I think there's less of a stigma about learning how to do it safely if you're gay. I love this comment and I love you. I'm not gay, though. Because we gays know how to treat the butt. Straight guys are amateurs. Without a base? Without a trace. Is a saying more straight guys need to be made aware of. Flared base, smiling face. It seems to me that gay guys who like having stuff up there have better things to stick up there. Never stick anything up there that doesn't have a flare at the base. And aren't we all just flares for the base of our own penis? Yes, that way you can light the flare if it gets stuck so that medical treatment finds you expediently. That must be where the phrase flaming homosexual comes from. It is like the bat signal for help. Or butt signal, I suppose. Had a friend in med school whose assignment was to figure out how his cadaver died. He found about $5 in quarters up the man's ass. Don't shove metal up your ass. Metal poisoning is real. But hey, $5 is $5. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.